In today's video, we are going to build a gnome planter box. This video is sponsored by SaintSmart. Going to be building the whole thing out of some really simple materials. I have this little utility panel I got for $4. This is 3/8 inch plywood. This is some cedar 2x4 scrap I have left over. And if you've made planter boxes in the past, you probably have some leftover fence picket scraps laying around your shop. But out of this really simple pile of materials, we're gonna get started building that garden gnome. Just like in all of my videos, there are free plans in the description, so go check those out and build one for yourselves. So when you download the plans, you'll be able to print these, print them to fit the page or at 100%. But you'll be able to print these templates. I have a hat, we've got a beard, we've got a nose and some arms. So kind of a fun little build here. I'm using cedar for anything that is going to be touching, you know, the water or the dirt for the planter box actually. And then the design for the beard and the hat for the gnome face is gonna be just out of this 3/8 inch plywood. You guys use whatever materials you guys want to use for your build or your gnome. This is what we're gonna be working with here, so feel free to pick this up. Again, this cost me $4 total in wood. This is all scrap that was gonna be burned or thrown away anyways, so this is obviously a very cheap build. Step 1, we're going to take these templates, cut the shapes out on the board. Pretty straightforward. Let's get started. So I'm going to use the bandsaw to cut out and rough out the shapes that we just traced using the templates over there. If you don't have a bandsaw, no worries. Go ahead and use a jigsaw. If you don't have a jigsaw, you can use a handsaw. If you don't have a handsaw, use your teeth. So I'm just going to go ahead and slice it right down the middle here to make it easier for me to trace around or to kind of move the blade around the shapes. And then we can move on to the next step once we get all these roughed out. If you guys are new here, my name is Jordan Berry. I started Guardian Woodworking because I got tired of sitting at a desk and I wanted to build and create more. My goal is to take simple materials and turn them into cool, practical projects, and I provide free plans for every single build in every video. So if you like free plans, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow along. We have 5 pieces here from our gnome that we roughed out on the bandsaw or jigsaw, whichever one you have. Use whatever you got. We have the nose, we have the hat, kind of cool looking. We have 2 arms, and we have the beard right here. So what I'm gonna do is take my spindle sander here, and I'm going to just go around the edges of all of this, smooth it out, and then I'll just go ahead and sand the faces of it as well with a random orbit sander. Then we'll go ahead and start cutting the base and the planter box for it. I will mention that the first arms I cut out were these here, and these were way too small. It just didn't match the proportions of the hat and the beard and everything, so I went ahead, made a little bit bigger arms. Don't worry, the plans you download in the description are going to have the updated arms, so everything was gonna look proportionate. So, small arms, got some big arms now. Let's go ahead and get this sanded down, and then we can start putting it together. Okay, so after these are all sanded down, looking nice and crispy, here's what we have so far. Place the hat on the beard just like that. Nose is gonna go there. We're gonna add a little spacers in between and underneath here to make sure everything is solid at the end. We don't wanna attach these together yet because we're gonna paint them first. It's gonna be a nightmare to paint these if we attach them first. And the arms are gonna be at the very back. Kinda like that. I think that's gonna look pretty good once we get it all tacked together. We're gonna have to get everything painted first, so let's go ahead and get these cedar fence picket tops here and cut down to size over on the miter saw, and we can start slowly putting this thing together. So I have all these fence picket scraps here. This is what we're gonna be using for the base and for the actual planter box. It's gonna be going on top of the gnome's feet. So what we're gonna need to cut is 1 piece at 10 3/4 of an inch, 2 pieces at 12 inches. We need 2 16-foot long pieces, and then we're actually gonna rip those down to 4.5 inches at the table saw, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and cut all these pieces down first, and then we can move over to the table saw. So now what we're gonna do, get our table saw set up to the right height here, and we're gonna take our 2 16-inch piece fence pickets, and we're gonna rip them down to 4.5 inches. If you've ever wanted to get into CNC but felt like the machines were too complicated or too expensive, I am right there with you. But this machine actually might surprise you. This is the Genmitsu Prover XL 4030 from SaneSmart, and I've been putting it to work in the shop lately. One of the big things that makes this machine different from a lot of other entry-level CNCs is that it is screw-driven instead of belt-driven. This means a lot less flex, better rigidity, and more accurate cuts. It also has a large 400 by 300 millimeter cutting area, which is big enough for signs, trays, boxes, and a lot of other woodworking projects most of us actually build in the shop. But it's also not so big that you have nowhere to put it. This thing will easily fit on a desk. Another thing I like is that it's designed to be upgrade friendly. You can add things like a laser module, a more powerful spindle, and other accessories as our skills grow. The frame itself is really solid. It's all aluminum extrusion, so the machine feels rigid and stable even during those deeper cuts. For someone like myself getting into CNC woodworking, or even for a seasoned woodworker who wants to add CNC capability to the shop, this thing is actually really approachable, and it still has the accuracy and rigidity you need to do some good work. If you want to check it out, I've got a link in the description where you can see the full specs on the Genmitsu Prover XL 4030. A big thanks to SaneSmart for sponsoring this video. If you head out there to the website, you will also find some cool tools by Woodstarter, things like benchtop planers, mobile carts with adjustable outfeed supports, and a lot of other really cool stuff worth checking out. I'm pretty pumped to start using this machine and include it in the future builds on this channel. Now let's go ahead and get back to the build. All right, so here's our two 16-inch pieces. So the planter box is gonna be down here, but the back here is going to attach to those 2x4s. So actually, let me grab one so we can space it out here. So that'll be the height of it. Then the planter box is gonna sit right on top of that. And this will all make more sense in just a second when we start putting it together. If the flowers are gonna be growing up here, right, I don't want the whole thing to be blocked. Obviously, some of his beard is gonna get blocked, but I don't want too much of it to be blocked. So we're gonna try to get him as high as we can. You can also make these way taller if you want. I'm just trying to work with the scrap that I have here in the garage. So what I can do here is just attach the arms at the very top here, kind of like that. This is just a dry fit to make sure we like how it's all gonna look. Center the beard up, hat goes right here, nose goes right there. Got our dirt level be probably right about to here. And then our flowers will get planted and they'll grow up about this high, depending on what you plant. So that's kind of the idea right there. For the next step, let's just go ahead and get the feet cut out of our cedar 2x4 here. Again, you use whatever material you want. I'm gonna use these leftover cedar 2x4s though. So I want the feet to be about 8.5 inches long because I want to add a little chamfer basically at the end to make it look like he's got shoes on. All right, there we go. We have ourselves some gnome feet. Of all the gnomes that I've seen, they always have feet that look just like this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think we should name this little gnome. Let's do a quick dry fit of the box. We're gonna take our 10 3/4 inch piece, that goes on the bottom, right? And then we have our 5.5 inch pieces. All the grain is gonna be running horizontally. 5.5 pieces go on the ends. Our longer 12-inch pieces go just like this. We're just making the most simple, rudimentary box you can imagine, just like that. To fasten this box together, we're going to use 1.25 inch galvanized brad nails, and then we're going to use some wood glue. I actually got a new toy. I'm trying out this new Skill 18 gauge brad nailer. It's the full kit, so it comes with the charger, the battery, and then like I said, we're just using this 1.25 inch brad nails here. Tried it out a little bit before the video, and the thing feels pretty slick. It's actually not that heavy. It looks big and bulky, but it's not as heavy as I thought. So I'm using Type Bond 3 waterproof wood glue to put this together. Slide the box right on top. I'm gonna flip it over and then add a couple drain holes in it. The feet are gonna be here and here, so I'll just add probably 3 holes in the middle. Just to let the water out, and then maybe one on the side. There we go. Don't wanna drown the flowers. Got ourselves a nice little box there now. What we'll do now is do one final sanding on everything. And then the body or the back of the gnome, we're We're gonna sand that down too. I want it to look pretty smooth. So let's get all this sanded down real quick, and then we can go ahead and start painting this guy. Hope you guys like the color I picked. The feet, the arms, and the hat, I'm going to paint in this Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2X Ultra Cover Paint Primer. Got a nice kind of matte yellow. It's for wood, metal, plastic, and more. I'm gonna use the exact same stuff. This is a flat white color. That is what I'm going to paint the beard of the gnome with. Oh, and also the gnome back, I forgot, we're also gonna paint that the yellow color as well. And then the nose, I'm just gonna leave this the color of the wood, because it kind of looks like skin color already. We'll just seal it up with some oil at the end. All right, so while I'm waiting for the paint to dry outside, I'm going to try to dress this box up a little bit. I think it looks like one solid big board, but since the gnome's kind of small and miniature, I thought it'd be kind of cool if we added just 2 little lines right down here, and maybe along the sides too, just to make it look like the box is built out of smaller boards. So to do that, I'm gonna use my trim router and a V-groove bit. That's what this bit is called. I looked it up so I could tell you guys exactly what it's called. 1/4 inch, it's sticking out 1/4 of an inch, so barely sticking out. Gonna lock it down, and then we're gonna add a, I don't have an edge guide. An edge guide didn't come with this router. So I have a little secret router hack I'm gonna show you here with some blue tape and CA glue. There, looks good. So now what I wanna do is I'm gonna measure in, so I'm gonna measure out from the bit 1 3/4 inches, just like that. Right there, and I know that is where I want the edge of a little scrap piece of wood to be right there. That way when I line it up on here, I have a little edge guide and I can get some straight lines. I'm gonna add some CA glue on the back side of the line here, just like that. A little bit of activator on the wood. Gonna line it up with that line we made. So we wanna be careful, we're not gonna push too hard on it, we're just using it as a nice little reference edge as we slide down the board here. So let's go ahead and put those grooves in it and see how it looks after we get done with this. Okay, so basically, screwed it up big time on the back there. I don't know what was happening. I think I had the bit down too deep. So I dropped it from 1/4 inch to like 1/8 of an inch deep. Kind of looks like it's made out of 3 boards instead of one big massive board, kind of fit the scale of the gnome. So now I'm just gonna dust this off here with a rag, and then let's go ahead and put some oil on it. We're just gonna use some teak oil here and put it all over the box. I'll probably do the inside too, just to help seal the wood a little bit better. And then we can grab the painted pieces outside, bring them in. We should be able to wrap this thing up. So what I think I'm gonna do is just use some of the offcuts from when we were cutting the shapes out earlier. And we might need to cut them into smaller pieces and just use them to fill in the gaps so that everything, you know, doesn't start to warp over time. Just add a few extra nails and some wood glue. I want there to be space enough so that when the flowers grow, I don't want it to cover his entire face. Of course, I'm not kind of funny. There's like a half a gnome face right here. But basically, you know, you play with it as high as you want it to go. I'm gonna kind of split the difference. You can tell that the feet are just sticking out. I just lined them up so they're flush right here on the fence picket and the feet here. So we have the gap in the middle, just like that. But yeah, that's the dry fit. That's how our little gnome friend is gonna look. You guys all know my plans are completely free. I wanna make fun, entertaining content here on YouTube, but for those of you who wanna go a little deeper and take your woodworking to the next level, I actually have something for you. We just had the 25,000 YouTube subscriber live giveaway party, and I put my signature woodworking course along with my 3 best-selling mini courses together in one massive big bundle, and I'm calling it the 25,000 subscriber bundle. It's over $200 off the regular price right now, but the sale ends tonight, March 21st at 11:59 p.m. CDT. So go grab your bundle before the sale ends and maximize your woodworking this spring from first cut to first sale. Check it out in the description or go to guardianwoodworking.com/playbook, and I will see you guys inside of the course. Now for the beard's going right here, right? I don't want all this space underneath it because I don't want it to eventually start warping out. So what we're gonna do is, like I mentioned earlier, we've got these cutoffs here. I think I'm just gonna put like this will also help just with the integrity of the whole thing. It doesn't have to look good at all. I'm just gonna cut a little piece off here and I think add it under the beard. Be right back. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Probably shouldn't have put the oil on here because the glue's not going to adhere to it very well, but it is what it is, whatever. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue here, here, and some on the bottom, on the feet, or the feet here. Put that on, hanging out on both sides. Just make sure it's centered. And then just shoot some more brad nails in the back. I'm still using the 1-inch brad nails here. I'm gonna put 1.25-inch brad nails in here. Shoot those in the bottom. Up to you how many brad nails you want to add. All right, this is what we have so far. So now we cut that little piece for the back. So we've got our 3/4-inch brad nails in there again. Just gonna put some glue on it. As long as it's not sticking out, you know, below the beard, we're good. Beard's going right there. I want the beard to be just on top of the arms there. The hat's going right about there. That's gonna sit on top, and then this one, probably would have cut this piece here to be longer so it went all the way up. Just would have been cleaner that way. But it is the back, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's go ahead and put the nose on real quick. Put that right up there on top. Drive a nail in. Still using 3/4 inch. Add a little bit of glue. Put it right on top like that. We'll put 2 nails in. Quick note on the back here. I am going to update the plans so that these fence pickets go up the back basically, so that you don't have any blowout of the nails on the back, and this is just gonna look a lot cleaner when you build yours. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do some touch up here. You can leave this as is if you want. I like to make it look a little more finished, so I'm going to just grab the plastic wood again and go ahead, if I can get this darn lid off, holy smokes. Very lightly fill in any spots. If you guys want, touch it up a little bit, get rid of any of the signs of putty or nail holes. I wanted to show you guys what this gnome planter looked like with some flowers in it, but it's still a little too early in the year and no one's actually selling outdoor flowers yet. So I'm counting on you guys to make a bunch of these and send me some pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little build. Another big thanks to Saint Smart for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check out that link in the description. If you guys want to see even more cool builds just like this with free plans, check out the video on the screen. I'll see you guys in the next video.